In this video, we're going to cover some of the basic skills and knowledge that you're going to need to build a strong foundation in your internet business. Basically, to be successful, you're going to need four things. You're going to need a domain name, a hosting provider, an autoresponder, and a blog, and we'll cover all of those in this video. Okay, first of all, what is a domain name and how do you register one? Well, millions of people all over the world are using the internet on a daily basis, with more businesses and individuals creating and posting their own websites on the internet than ever before. If you are new to the World Wide Web's capabilities, there is the first initial step that you'll need to take before posting your newly created web page. In order to have a website found on the internet, you'll need to choose and register a domain name for your website. A domain name is the base name which you can choose for your website. Now, a good example would be nameofyourbusiness.com. Try not to mistake it for the URL, which would be http://www.nameofyourbusiness.com. Your domain name is actually inside the URL. It's not the actual URL. And when choosing a domain name, it's best to go with something simple and effective. You'll probably want to use your company name, and if it's already been chosen, try adding a different N, such as .org or .net. You want to avoid using diluted names like by-website-company-name.com, because some people may forget the dashes and then they'll never find you. So why do you need to register your domain? Well, you'll need to register your domain name for the same reason as registering your actual company name with the state, so nobody else can steal your domain name, meaning there'll be two sites with the same domain, which isn't going to work. Imagine if we all lived on the exact same street. How would the post office know which house to go to if we all had the same address? It's the same on the internet. 9 times out of 10, when you sign up for a hosting account, which is what you'll need to park your website on the web, they'll offer you the ability to register a domain name for a year, or you can register it separately. And the first thing you'll need to do is to find an available domain that actively and powerfully conveys your company. That, as I mentioned earlier, that might be the company name, or it could be the name of your product, or it could be what your product does. Next, you'll need to register the domain by paying a fee, and then the domain is going to be yours for the time that the fee covers. Now, a typical fee for registering a domain name for a year will range from roughly $10 to $40 depending on the name and where you decide to purchase it. When dealing with the creation and posting of your website on the World Wide Web, you'll soon see that there are a few things involved. One of the most important steps that you'll need to take when deciding to enter the world of websites is to find and register a domain name. And the domain name will be the name in which you choose to have for your website. An example would be mycompanyname.com, as I just mentioned. And it's best to keep in mind that you'll need to put serious thought into the domain name itself and pick a company to register it for you. And here are some of the more popular ones. First one here is GoDaddy, and GoDaddy is probably the largest domain registrar, and they offer lots of different domain extensions. You can see here you've got .com, info, net, org, me, mobi, biz, usca, ws, ag, and so on, all the way down. Quite a large selection here. Not just for the United States, they've got ones like for Japan and New Zealand and Taiwan and so on, and the UK, etc. And they also do things like domain renewals, registrations, private registrations. They do back orders, bulk pricing, and a whole lot of other stuff. And you can also get web hosting from them as well. And they are, by and large, the most popular registrar on the internet. They also do international pricing. I'm showing the prices here in US dollars, but you can also, if I click on here, You can see you can select your country or region, all the different ones here that they cover, or you can choose from several different currencies here. So you can generally buy from GoDaddy either in US dollars or in your local currency. Another one is Dotster, and Dotster are very reasonable priced, and they do .com, .net, .org, .biz, info, us, .ca, .tv, .name, cc, desr, md, co.uk, us.com, and so on. And they've got special offers going all the time, so it's worthwhile checking back from time to time. They also do hosting plans and so on, and so there's quite a lot of stuff here on Dotster. Another one here is Monica.com, and again very similar. They do lots of different top level domains, and again you can buy and sell domain names as well. They've got a marketplace, Snap Names, where you can buy and sell domains at auction. So if you don't want to have a brand new domain name, you can buy an existing domain name via their auction site. Then you've got this one here, register.com, and again they're quite reasonably priced. They also do web hosting and web design and that sort of thing. You can start off with just a basic email package right up to fully fledged e-commerce. Namecheap is, as the name implies, where you can get some very cheap domain names, and they also offer things like SSL certificates and so on. And finally there's 1&1, and there are some great perks when you join their domain accounts, and it makes it one of the best registrars in many reviews. And their benefits include private registration, emails, email aliases, domain forwarding, URL masking, and DNS management. And they have lots of different domain extensions you can get: .com, .net, .org, info, name, biz, us, ws, mobi, and so on. And you can see here there's all the information about what they do right here on their website. And when you're picking your domain, be sure to choose one that's going to be effective and easy to find. You know, if you can't find the domain name of your choice, well, try a different extension to see if you can find the one of your choice. So if your website.com is taken, then try your website.net or your website.org, or perhaps if you're in a country that has a country designation, you could have .co.uk or .com.au or .ca, that sort of thing, to see if you can't find one that will do just as good a job. And choosing the best registrar to register your domains is pretty easy. You just look at the price and the benefits and see which one is going to best fill your need. Now, always avoid any registrars that you feel are scammers, and make sure that the one you choose has a guarantee and a good feedback history. Let's talk a bit about web hosting. Now, the internet is littered with websites ranging from A to Z, but where do all these sites come from, and how are they on the web? These are all questions for a newbie looking to create and post a website on the internet for all the world to see. Well, the magic answer is web hosting. And web hosting is a service provided by many companies that allows your website to be part on the web. You'll need hosting for any person to view a website at any time. And owning a website is much like owning a house or a business. The domain name is the address,